And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time. And luck.
The WNBA is facing a major scandal as rising star Angel Reese, who calls herself the queen of the WNBA, is now at the center of a shocking controversy. This bombshell revelation is sending shockwaves throughout the world of women's basketball and could impact both her career and the league's reputation. Reports have surfaced alleging that Reese, the Chicago Sky's rookie sensation, has been using illegal drugs, specifically steroids. The Chicago Sky has taken the step of filing a lawsuit against their own player, accusing her of cheating her way to the top. This shocking news comes right after Reese's best game of the season against the Indiana Fever, where she scored 25 points and got 16 rebounds. The game, which ended 88-97 in favor of the Sky, should have been a big win for Reese, but now it's being overshadowed by these serious accusations.
Just likes to call out haters and clap back at haters and say different things.
The lawsuit, filed by the Chicago Sky, reads like a sports drama miniseries. The team is alleging that Reese's use of steroids not only gave her an unfair advantage, but also cost them a shot at the playoffs. They're directly accusing Reese of using enhanced abilities to manipulate game outcomes. Sources familiar with the situation suggest that Reese may have turned to steroids when she realized the WNBA wasn't as easy as she had expected. Her alleged steroid use seems to line up with a time when she was struggling to keep her performance consistent. This scandal isn't just about Reese. It's affecting the entire WNBA. The league has been working hard to expand its fan base and build a strong reputation in women's sports. A high-profile scandal like this risks undoing years of effort and progress.
Glory.
You're not coming in and dominating our...
The WNBA has a strict zero-tolerance policy for performance-enhancing drugs. If these allegations are confirmed, Reese could face serious consequences, such as suspension or even being expelled from the league. This could also affect her endorsements and partnerships, as brands usually distance themselves from athletes involved in cheating scandals.
Would Angel Reese actually fake an injury? Would Angel Reese prematurely end her rookie season to spare herself the embarrassment of losing Rookie of the Year to...
Reese's rivalry with fellow rookie Caitlin Clark adds even more tension to this ongoing drama. While Reese is grabbing headlines for negative reasons, Clark has been making waves by breaking records and showing off her natural talent, free of any controversy. Clark recently set a new WNBA rookie scoring record with an impressive 761 points in a single season.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
The difference between Reese and Clark couldn't be more striking. While Clark has let her performance speak for itself, Reese has frequently turned to trash talk and made bold, controversial statements. She even accused Clark of getting special treatment due to racial bias, a claim that has backfired dramatically with these new allegations against her.
If you're a big star, you should not need to beg for attention. If you're a big star, you should not have to exploit yourself.
Reese's time in the WNBA has been rocky from the beginning. Known for her bold attitude and strong presence, she's never avoided the spotlight. She once said, "I'll take the bad guy role for my teammates," presenting herself as the ultimate competitor. However, the steroid allegations now cast serious doubt on her claims of greatness. The consequences of this scandal reach far beyond Reese's career. It raises concerns about the integrity of the sport and the trust that fans and teammates place in their athletes. In a sport where agility, speed, and power are crucial, the use of steroids can unfairly tip the balance, leading to doubts about the authenticity of an athlete's accomplishments. As this story continues to develop, all attention is on the WNBA and how they will address this crisis. The league must show its dedication to preserving the integrity of the sport while also dealing with the possible consequences of one of its top players facing cheating accusations. For Reese, the path forward looks difficult. She will have to figure out how to handle this critical moment in her career. If the allegations are proven true, her legacy could be overshadowed by a story of dishonesty and betrayal. This situation serves as a stark reminder of the importance of authenticity in sports. While the allure of success may tempt athletes to take shortcuts, the consequences could be widespread and serious.
But there's nothing about her game that's really interesting that is going to translate to people who may not watch the WNBA.
It's tough to trust an athlete who takes shortcuts. We expect achievements to come from hard work, not from using performance-enhancing drugs. Reese's actions feel like a betrayal to the fans who believe in their favorite players. The stakes remain high for Angel Reese and the entire WNBA. The fallout from these steroid allegations will resonate far beyond the court, affecting careers, reputations, and the integrity of the sport itself. As this story continues to develop, the focus now shifts to how Reese will respond to these allegations and what steps the WNBA will take to uphold its standards. One thing is certain, the landscape of women's basketball is rapidly changing, and how the league manages this controversy could set a precedent for future incidents. In the coming days and weeks, we can expect to see more details emerge about this scandal. Will Reese admit to the allegations or fight them? How will her teammates and opponents react? And perhaps most importantly, how will this affect the future of women's basketball? Stay tuned for updates on this shocking scandal that's shaking the foundations of the WNBA. The league, despite him replacing them as its face during the late 1980s.
Magic Johnson did great things for the NBA. Larry Bird did great things for the NBA. But when that brother Michael Jordan came along, they stood down. Not on the basketball court competing against him, but nobody complained about the shine he received. One reason was because they knew he deserved it. You know what the other reason was?
Smith urged WNBA greats to follow suit.
It built the profile of the NBA and made the ratings blow up and took it off a tape delay and put it on primetime television and ultimately assisted in it becoming an international globalized brand. That's what happened. That's what happened. And if the ladies, meaning all of you collectively, grasp that concept fully, devoid of resentment, you too shall reap the benefits of somebody like Caitlin Clark coming along and anybody with a similar impact who follows.
Arguing, Smith expressed his annoyance at Bird questioning his journalistic integrity. He maintained that he has tried his best to cover the Caitlin Clark story in the most objective way possible, viewing Bird's criticism as unnecessary. The debate has highlighted the ongoing discussion about the WNBA's growth and the impact of star players on its viewership. While Clark's influence is undeniable, the league's overall growth and the contributions of other players remain points of contention. As the WNBA continues to evolve and attract new audiences, the conversation surrounding its viewership and the role of individual stars is likely to persist. The clash between Smith and Bird underscores the passion and varying perspectives within the basketball community regarding the league's trajectory and the recognition of its talent pool. With Minnesota Lynx leading 1-0 in their WNBA Final Series against New York Liberty, the focus remains on the court as the league seeks to capitalize on its growing popularity and the star power of players like Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin, congratulations on being Rookie of the Year for the WNBA. What an amazing accomplishment. Who would have thought that all those years ago back in Des Moines, Iowa, that this would be the case right now? We knew what we had in Caitlin back in Iowa City, and we knew the attention that she was bringing around the Big Ten and collegiate basketball. But I didn't know how that was going to transcend into the WNBA. And obviously we can see that it's done pretty darn well, and people are excited to see her play at every level. You've worked for it. You deserve it. It's an incredible honor, and we are so proud of you always. Go Hawks.
That's so cute. Thanks, Coach. You're the best. So cute.
Caitlin Clark was amazed and thankful when Coach Lisa Bluter praised her for winning Rookie of the Year, acknowledging her hard work and talent. Clark also received special praise from Cheryl Swoops after being named WNBA Rookie of the Year, getting 66 out of 67 votes. A near-unanimous victory came for the Indiana Fever star after gripping the nation in her first professional season, though not everyone was expecting her immediate success out of the University of Iowa.
I think what Caitlin has done for not just college basketball, but for women's basketball, period, I think has been great. The following, people watching the game, sellouts that we haven't seen ever. It just really bothers me, though, when people just take bits and pieces of what they want to take, and they don't listen to everything, and you don't hear everything. It wasn't personal. One, it was my opinion on how I think she'll be at the next level, because I do remember me saying that Caitlin, to me, could be the best college shooter I've ever seen. When you put these expectations on these young women in college to go to the next level and be immediately dominant, and when that doesn't happen, then people come back and say, oh, she was a bust, she was a flop, she wasn't that good. Just let them do what they're doing in college, enjoy what they're doing in college, and let them become stars in the WNBA.
Swoops, a 4-time WNBA champion and 3-time MVP, first raised eyebrows regarding Clark in March when she claimed that the Iowa native's NCAA D1 scoring record wasn't legitimate because she was a 25-year-old player in her 5th year. The 53-year-old was speaking in hyperbole. Clark was 22 and in her 4th year at Iowa. But Swoops was unimpressed because the budding superstar was taking about 40 shots a game. In August, Swoops did not even mention Clark when gushing over the Fever's strong post-Olympics form. I think the Olympic break really helped Indiana, she said on the Queens of the Court podcast. I'm gonna shout out to Lexi Hull. I'm a big Lexi Hull fan. Lexi Hull shot the leather off the ball in their game against Seattle. Kelsey Mitchell is just stroking. She's just shooting the basketball. Aaliyah Boston, almost a triple-double. If Indiana continues to play the way they're playing, like this, they too are going to move up in the standings. That was despite Clark going on average 19.2 points, 8.4 rebounds, 5.7 assists, and 1.3 steals while shooting 41.7% for the field for the season on her way to being crowned the league's top rookie. And it appears that despite bouncing out of the playoffs in the first round to the Connecticut Sun, Clark has managed to win over Swoops with a rare piece of praise. I just thought what Caitlin was able to do coming into the league this season, she was just crazy, Swoops admitted. Just shooting the basketball, her ability to put the ball where it needs to be when it needed to be there.
I think Angel will eventually be a good pro. I don't think Angel will come into the league immediately and dominate the way people think she will. And I say that for people who have never watched a WNBA game. It's good. Like there's talent, like these women can play. And because there are very few roster spots, like it's a real job. So people look at new players coming in, whether that's out of college, players who've been overseas, and they look at that and say, oh, you trying to come take my job. Like, nah, it's not gonna be that easy. So will Caitlin Clark be a good pro? Absolutely. Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately? Absolutely not. Not gonna happen.
Okay. Not on the right team?
Just last month, Swoops played down the suggestion that Clark had been dominating the league, but has now gone back on those words and her previous criticism, aligning herself with Rookie of the Year voters. Let's see what Dan Dockich said.
The women of the WNBA, I mean, they're driving me bat blank crazy because, well, they won't shut up. It's like drama after drama, and I guess it's smart. I don't know. The latest, Cheryl Swoops, who seems to be the village idiot and keeps talking and talking, and I didn't even know Cheryl Swoops still existed until, she started talking and talking and talking negatively about Caitlin Clark. Well, she says nobody on the Fever want to play with Caitlin Clark. Yeah, I got 2 words for you. My ass.
Dan is right. Swoops had a serious problem with Clark.
One thing about women, they will sever a relationship quick. But the fact that the relationship was severed because there was a difference in opinion, that's unfortunate.
You know, I have a lot of stuff, so I might mispronounce someone. I've tried